We're going to jump into this. I'm going to show you not the best well-executed looks initially, all right? And then we're going to build into better looks to exact what we wanted. This is actually a total MA by the guy that's running it. But I want you to see, you could actually see what we're talking about as far as the alignment and the execution, if it was done right, how this play should be a TFL in the backfield. Okay, one, where's the back? To our defensive left, the offensive right. So we are setting our three technique automatically away no matter the surface over here, okay? Normally in a 4-down world, if we're setting the three away from the tight end surface, yeah, you would put a G right here automatic. So that's not going to alarm them at all. It's really about what is the 7 technique or the 6-eye doing. We try to tell them to be cheating in a 6-eye a little bit, then work to a 7, okay, late to not give away any type of pressure away from your boundary, outside backer, end type, right? Because most offenses know, hey, man, the best key to know that nickel fire is coming, nickel roll is coming, is what? A wide 7, wide 9 to the boundary. That guy is more than likely your force player. He's no longer playing a 6-eye 2-gap technique, taking the C to the D, okay? My mic, again, just like the drawing, right? The inside backer away from the back. I want to cheat him wide and stack the what? 3. This is a little bit different look only because of it being trips closed or with a nub with no skill out here. So right here is our third corner. We tell him to be in a C7, D7. I keep getting a little bit wider with them so they are a little bit more outside in on it just to give themselves a little bit more time. But I do, when this call is called, I do try to influence these corners with a nub set, get in here a little bit, influence these guys to really start coming to us, okay? And with his alignment, with a nub set, it kind of does want him to cheat in a little bit, but I at least cheat to a 20, cheat to a 30, a tight 30, one step with your right foot, and then get ready to fall over top if it tells you to. All right, but your goal is to make sure you hold this A. You could even get ready to step and get vertical through this A. Okay, the one thing about this whole call, right, is you are depending on the offensive line to not rock back with the center on a G, right? Normal inside zone rules for an offense, they don't always tell the freaking center to work and rock back on a G because then you'll get a front side A gap run through, okay? And I haven't gotten good enough calls in the library yet to really show you something like that. But the second you see them rocking back on a G, you have a green light to bring some type of dog pressure in the front side A gap on their zones. All right. And again, that's if you're calling these things at the right time to hit things specifically that you want. I love doing it. I love attempting it. And more often than not, you kind of find yourself batting right, and you already know what are the what ifs, and you hope to coach that up. Okay, this guy should be chasing the heel line of the who, the center. Margie's going to cross thick to the guard. He's going to be a surf player, box player, keep everything inside of you. Just stay square and flat. As you can tell, right away, we do everything wrong. One, we don't step out a little bit just to widen the what? A gap for our 30 stack backer to be able to fall over top. Because again, he's too tight too. This guy ends up hitting the completely wrong gap. But look at where the center goes because you still get the true down side, even though this is going to be a pull. Okay, truck, tug, whatever you want to call it. I love trying to get some type of backer run through versus any type of tug, especially to the boundary on the backside or front side to beat the O lineman pulling to the front side Mike player. And look at where the ball ended up going, and you could just tell if we had our A gap run through like we should, this thing is getting smoked. Okay, if our 3 technique pops just a little bit more, it will still get smoked right here. We will have 2 guys in one gap at one point, but we should be able to chase this thing from behind. Okay, good job by a 7 technique, and the only reason I don't mind it being a 7 initially right away, like doesn't look like he's hiding the 6-eye world and moving to a 7, is because of what? Back away, more than likely he's going to get a base block anyhow. All right, they ended up going check with me. All right, they change the locale of the back, which means we change the front. We'll try a reset front if they want to shift or trade. We got time. Sometimes you really have to give your kids ownership over that. Whoever's in charge of making the calls, hey man, do it convincingly, do it confidently, do it decisively. Okay, here you can kind of see the whole mechanics of it. Bam, back jumps. He could kind of see the tone of it. The tempo of it is not going very fast. You could tell the quarterback is changing the whole direction of a play right now. We have time to change the direction of our blitz. All right, now you got your Y3. I like his alignment. He could even cheat a little bit further. He's a little heavy. But here, our 30 backer, he needs a bump. Because normally, yeah, you might have a 10 backer right here. He could be in the 30. Well, you got to cheat a little bit just to get this guy to tease on the front side, right? Our G's still going to cross tight on the guard's face, end up in the B. Here's our surf player. Okay, this is more of a stretch look. Flat back, you could already tell. Plus the first step of the O-lineman. Look how they cock and hinge almost to go a little bit flatter. This call should still be good to go. Okay. Our 3 technique doesn't recognize a flat back away. He gets a little reached. He gets completely reached, clearly. But what I want to highlight is, again, just a straight path of a backer run through, tight to the center, knowing you're about to get the down or a reach away. Look at where this backer could come hit this thing. It doesn't even matter what happens to the front side of the play. Okay? It's important to really emphasize the path of these backers on this call. You have to know what you're expecting, what we're calling this thing for. Here we actually get the call that we're looking for. But we get the wind back zone, plus the O-line do a very good job passing this thing off. We get our backer away on the 3 technique side to finally stack a little bit more on the guard. Our G, he's pretty loose in the A, okay? And now our backer's going to get ready to run through. They're finally getting pretty decent at passing this thing off. And what helps is there's a 3-man surface over here now. So they're going to seal this thing off on the C. They have now a little bit more freedom to be a little bit more aggressive on the pass off here. Plus, the backer is what? Late on rocking down and hitting this thing on the run. But look at that A gap again. We are going to show some examples of where we hit this thing exactly the way we want. Okay, this backer now, once he teases, right? He's teasing this center. This guy's going to cross into the A. He's going to fall back, get ready to what? Rock back, because he knows this ball is going to get naturally cut off on this front side A gap by the blitzer on the backside A gap. Okay, and it will allow him to rock it back. Our B gap player needs to be tighter. His eyes are in the wrong side. Okay, not the prettiest looks, like I said, but you could see the picture that we're trying to develop on the backside A gap run through, specifically on the inside zone. If that gap goes all dark, they have the freedom to stick their foot in the ground and go over top exactly where they came from on the same side. For example, if you get gap scheme to you. Okay, the back is set. The front is set. We automatically have our 3 technique wear away from back. We don't even care about this motion right here. We've already called our call. We're setting our front. Okay, from the wide, here's your G. He's going to cross face. We're going to come tight off this heel line of the center, expecting down on the zone, on the backside of the zone. 3 technique wide. Okay, look at your 30 backer, a little bit wider. Here's your boundary safety, field safety, any type of mover in the backfield, splitter. We get into the key world where we will roll post and roll 3, push it based off this sniffer post snap, okay? And that does take moving parts. That takes repetitions. It can easily turn into, hey, any Y off. We automatically are going into our key the Y world. Safeties handle the rotation, okay? Backer, always get ready to rock back. If this Y wants to still rock back, we should still be good to go once the ball's cut off. You have to slow play this now on the front side of the zone once you start keying it. If you say, hey, once it's set, that means this guy's got what? Rock back even faster, okay? Because now he's the hook curl 3 off the what? The Y flat 3 going fast across. That is why some guys will like to key this thing and get their safety or their backers not worried about having to take 3 out to the flat. With a push, or in the match rules, that means match it all the way on through sometimes as a slow release. Okay, we're going to go to the tight. Kind of see the whole mechanics play out. Look at the front side backer. He's been listening the previous weeks. Look how he stacked all the way out on this 3, and it'll create this center to naturally take his eyes a little wider. Okay, what's so funny is we've already ran this call a few times. They're already aware of it. Whenever we're setting a true 3 technique away from back with a G to the back, more than likely you're going to try to get an A gap run through. Look how the center, he comes off the ball. He peeks. He could tell our guy's holding. Plus they're running an insert. So he already knows. Get ready to rock back, because this could be a true type of ISO run. The same thing here. You can see the A gap run through. Always get ready to rock back. We talked about force folding. Look how this guy gets face. He sees his 3 technique popping. Get ready to force fold. And what gives him more of a green light also is the Y folding. You get ready to fold, since you are now the 2. Okay, just a little bit of a sprint out look. Again, I apologize for the pixelated film. Okay. Not called for a sprint out. As you can see, the little bit of the movement with the 3x1. I just wanted to get a good roll strong look in here for you. I do not like the way the field safety is dropping in there. I want him to hold his depth, push this thing on through faster. I think his communication is not very good to the nickel Sam, who's late out onto the flat of 1. Plus, the field corner can hold that thing off a little bit better. If you watch the next video in this series, the following video after this, we're going to show you a nice bailout on the slot fade smash roll to the field. Okay, this is a really good look of exactly what we want. Okay, we got an 11 personnel off the sideline, right? But they gave us a 10 personnel picture. So it kind of makes the mechanics of this thing pretty easy for the backers. Hey, we're automatically setting this thing away from the offset back. So the 3 away from the offset back. G to the back. Pressure call will go to the back as well. All right, Mike away from the pressure call, or the backer away from pressure call. Hey, line up wider in a 30. Okay, mechanics over here on this push. Right here, you see this guy getting ready to man turn run. What I try to do is develop mechanics. Hey, this is a middle closed zone pressure call. We are able to call man with this. So right here, we're calling man. What these two don't understand is we need to bump this thing with the safety. My nickel, you be back out on 2. The new 2, my safety will go to the post. We roll weight. Okay, they get caught running all the way through it. But we're going to focus on the pattern. So we're going to jump to the tight. 3 away. Pretty good stack alignment by the mic, away from the back. Okay, he's getting mic'd right now. Look at the center working to the mic. Press this A little bit more to influence the center to get down and secure that A. Look at the G, cross the face, and plus your rush outside contained player. He just shuts down. Get ready to surf. Make sure you stay wide. Do not fold back inside too early, especially in case you get an arc. Remember, we want to give a give read no matter what. Okay? Really good job going thick through the guard. All right? And a decent path by the inside backer off the heel line of the center. Stay away from that guard and tackle down block, and come hit this thing on the inside zone. Okay, here's a 12P look right here with the pistol. Okay, big, honestly, it's all about your breakdown, your hit charts. Where do they like to run the ball? Where's the flow going? 3-man service to a side. Do they like the fan over here? Then bring the other Y, rocking it back. Okay, it's just how many backs from the backfield. 3-man surface, Y off, Y down. Okay, pregame, I won't lie, we talked about the 12P look for this call. I did mention that there might be a tight end down. Luckily, they're on our near sideline. I see the two tight ends going to that side. I already have an idea. Hey, there's some type of counter coming back this way, okay? Or it's going to be a split zone with him just working out to the nickel Sam. Well, we're still going to get a down side over here no matter what, okay? So I want the 3 technique, again, to the 3-man surface side, okay, where the fan more likely will happen. The G to the downside, bring the backer run through, stack the mic away from the back or away from the G, wide on the 3.